Hi there, I'm Stanford Raffles, and this is a quick biography of the Singapore River. When I stepped foot on the river bank in 1819, it was just a wild mangrove swamp made out of sandbars and salt marshes. Whoever thought that this would give birth to a new nation? Well, not everybody. But I would make it the busiest waterway in the whole of Southeast Asia, an act which would change the history of the island, soon to be known as Singapore, forever. I began building the river up in 1822 by reclaiming the south bank and building stairs and a retaining wall. With the river now in a more respectable state, business began picking up. Throughout the 19th century, boats from around the region traveled to the river, and goods filled the storage of boat quay. Arabs such as Syed Omar Aldrini came, Chinese, Indians, and even other Europeans arrived. Business was booming. Warehouses were set up by merchants such as Yeo Kim Swee, Tan Kim Seng, and Alexander Guthrie. By the late 1890s, there were rice mills, sawmills, Chinese-owned boatyards, and an assortment of other trades and home industries. Things were great, but it was not to last. The rapid growth of Singapore after World War II resulted in garbage and sewage from industries around the river polluting it. Furthermore, farms nearby regularly dumped their waste products into the river, resulting in the entire river not only filled by garbage, but also animal excretion. It pained to see my beautiful river, which serves Singapore so faithfully, being treated like it was a sewer. Those were one of the most heartbreaking periods in the history of Singapore. But yes, the river was spruced up to what it is today, litter-free and clean. It took 10 long years and $170 million, but it did fix a broken heart. Today, the Singapore River flows through Singapore's CBD. Though no longer a busy port, it still serves as a tourist attraction. One can see boats leisurely cruising along the surface, a far cry from countless decades ago. Hotels and other high-rise buildings now adorn the bank, rather than the warehouses they used to. The river now plays less of an economic role, but a role more accommodated for tourism. Yet, the river keeps flowing and the heart keeps beating. What does this mean for the future? The river's glory days are undoubtedly over, but I foresee that although the river may no longer play such a large part in Singapore's economic growth, every Singaporean has a duty to learn about its rich history. After all, how can one forget the very source of your life? The river plays an integral part in Singapore's success, and is the very thing which has boosted Singapore from a tiny little sleeping village to a successful city. I believe that the river can be a learning point for Singaporeans and tourists alike, to learn about the very source where all life in Singapore once flowed from.